Hey guys, I have finally finished recapping this Philco radio to the point where I can try powering it up for the first time. I restuffed most of the paper caps, except for this guy and one down in there. I just don't have the original caps anymore to restuff, but if I come across some of the right value, I'll go ahead and restuff them. As for the electrolytics, I just tacked in replacements. It turns out when I tested these replacement cans that were in there, they weren't so hot. One was completely open, zero capacitance, and the other one was pretty leaky. And and the third one was also bad. So I just have one tacked in here, here, and over in here. Once the radio's operational, I'll do a better job with that. In fact, I may even restuff the caps. Alright, so I'm going to flip this over, populate all the tubes except for the rectifier, and plug it in to a dim bulb and Variac setup. I want to try powering it without the rectifier tube in there, just to make sure that all the tube filaments light up without applying any high voltage to the circuitry. Okay, here goes. Well, that's a good sign. Got dial lights. And yes, we do have tube filaments glowing. There's the output tube. It's type 75. Yep, that's glowing. There's the 37 glowing. There's the 78 glowing. And the 6A8, well, it's metal, so we can't quite tell, but I'll assume it's glowing too. Alright, so I'm going to pop in type 84 rectifier and get a voltmeter hooked up so I can monitor the output of this, and let's see if we can get some juice flowing in this set. Okay, I've got the 84 rectifier installed, but I haven't hooked up the speaker yet, so no field coil, so no voltage is going to get through the whole set, but I am going to check this point. So we should get, 300 and something volts there, I would guess. So, let's see. Alright, tube is warming up. Alright, that looks promising. About 395 volts. Now there's no load on that, so I imagine it'll drop down when the radio is operating. Okay, next up I'll hook up the speaker. I've got the speaker hooked up, so time for another test. I've got the band switch in the manual tuning AM broadcast mode. So if we're lucky, we'll actually get some sound. Can you hear a hum coming out of the speaker? See, that voltage is a lot lower now. It's about 290. Let's see, it should be about 325 according to this. But I got my Variac turned down a bit low. So I'll crank it up a bit to get. Let's see, what was it supposed to be? 325. Enough. So we've got hum. Yikes. Some feedback. Let's see if I can actually pick anything up. There's a little something. Strange, there's nothing except on the far right end of the dial. Let's see. Oh, I did not install the shield on the 75 tube. Maybe if I pop that on, I'll take care of that feedback problem. Let's see what difference that shield makes. Alright, seems to take care of the problem. That was a quick fix. Before I could only turn the volume up a little bit before it would start howling. Now I can go all the way. So let's see if I can actually pick anything up. Now for an antenna, I've just got a little alligator clip lead and about 18 inches of wire, so I imagine a better antenna would help out considerably. See how the tone control works. So this is the first position. Alright, so the next position knocks down the highs a little bit. And then the third position knocks down the highs quite a bit. That's how that sounds about the second position sounds best. Knocks out some of the hiss. See, I've got an antenna around here somewhere. Huh, there it is. It's like 100 feet of wire. Okay, that definitely helps. All that buzzing that you hear, I picked it up on all my radios. I'm not sure what it is. I've tried turning off everything in my place. Every light, every computer, etc. It's worse some days than others. I suspect it's one of my neighbors. There are other tenants below me, and there's a building next door. It's quite close to my workshop, and who knows what might be running over there that's causing interference.
From CBS, he's doing some work with Coke Zero and Buffalo Wild Wings.
The buzzing is worse at the low end.
Usually doesn't wear his gun, has blonde hair. Fellow named Al Denton, supposed to be the top gun here. That wouldn't be you by any chance.
It would.
Well, this is WIND AM 560.
Message from who?
It's the Twilight Zone radio drama.
He's heard of you.
Well, let's check out the shortwave band. Oh, something right away. It's one of those number stations again. I picked that up when I was working on my Grundig radio too. Alright, I guess I won't be doing a whole lot of troubleshooting on this radio. Quite happy that it's working first time out. I'll go through the alignment procedure next, which is pretty clearly outlined on the 4th page of the Philco service info.
El día que quieran casarla, la dote que sabemos que en estos países se debe pagar.
Whole big band of nothing on the right side. Let's see. There's the dial. I took it off temporarily. So all the stations seem to be crammed in around 6 megahertz, I guess. I don't know what the heck that is. Might be some type of digital communication.
Who is it? There's somebody out there. You don't see this raging, flowing evil of this day.
Alright, there's the time standard station. Well, at any rate, I imagine reception would improve if I get a better antenna and do the alignment. So let's see the last mode, which is these push button presets. I don't know what they're set to. Maybe one of them will be a local station. Doesn't seem to be the case. So it's possible that this preset mode isn't working, or these just all tuned to stations that don't exist in this area.
Right now. But the president's saying, and this would be our point, and tell us whether this makes sense or is just rooting for bad news. Mr. President, we're drilling a certain amount. We can get double, triple what we're drilling right now. Since we can get double or triple what we're drilling right now, we see what happened when we did that to natural gas.